Now, from WYDC TV, this is Big Fox News at 10.
Thanks for joining us. I'm Anna Manuel. A new opioid treatment center celebrated its rollout with a ribbon-cutting ceremony today. Big Fox's Josh Feldberg was in Elmira for the event.
The Council on Alcohol and Substance Abuse, or CASA Trinity, unveiled their new integrated opioid treatment clinic in Elmira. CASA Trinity helps those that are struggling with addiction in counties all across the southern tier.
So we are a wide-reaching agency and provide inclusive and diverse treatment options. We have outpatient, inpatient, recovery support services, case management, and prevention.
The new integrated clinic allows people in Chemung County and the surrounding area to avoid having to drive an hour away to Binghamton or Rochester to pick up life-saving medication.
So our clinic is the only clinic that serves individuals with substance use disorder, and Elmira's clinic is an integrated opioid treatment program also. So now somebody who has any kind of substance use disorder and also needs medication in order to help them with their opiate disorder can come right in the door, and they just walk in, same as anybody else.
CASA Trinity in Elmira offers a variety of treatment options and is encouraging anyone who may be struggling with addiction to come and get help.
So we believe that everyone is deserving, that has the right to receive person-centered and trauma-informed services. And so we just invite anyone who is struggling or has a family member who is struggling to call us. We'll meet you where you're at. We'll meet you in the community if needed. We have so many different staff members who are really motivated to just help this community continue to get well.
Josh Feldberg, Big Fox News, Elmira.
A Hornell man is in the Steuben County Jail today after causing brain damage to a child, according to authorities. 26-year-old Robert Taft has been charged with 2 counts each of first-degree assault, first-degree reckless endangerment, reckless assault of a child, and endangering the welfare of a child. They say Taft shook a child under the age of 5, causing brain injury in 2 separate incidents. He's scheduled to appear in the Hornell City Court at a later date. Officials have released the identities of the 2 victims of a deadly house fire in Sayre. The Bradford County Coroner's Office reported that 54-year-old Tammy Stilson and 38-year-old Andrew Bordle of Sayre died of smoke inhalation and thermal burns. Dental x-rays were used to identify them. The Corning Museum of Glass unveiling a new exhibit, and this is an exhibit that sees you right back. Our Maggie Hall paid a visit there and spoke to a curator about this revolutionary piece.
I'm Susie Silbert. I'm curator of post-war and contemporary glass at the Corning Museum of Glass. So I'm here with Sans, The Eyes of Skin, and we commissioned this piece in the very end of 2019, the beginning of 2020. But with 2020, this piece ran into every single pandemic delay, and we are so excited that it's here now.
This artwork brings a piece of history from India to the small city of Corning.
One of the incredible things about Anjali Srinivasan is that she starts with a very particular historical phenomenon, and she makes a piece that's absolutely present for the present day. This piece is based on these incredible mirror palaces in the north of India called Sheesh Mahal.
Sans Eyes of Skin is also equipped with sensors that move with the viewer.
So one of the other things that's incredible about this piece, and really special just for this one, is that the work super subtly breathes at you. What's incredible is that right here, you look at it, you see the incredible optics of this piece, and then subtly, almost so subtle you can't notice it, as subtle as you're breathing, the piece starts breathing back at you as a reminder that everything around us was made by people.
I have to say myself that this piece can only be truly and fully experienced in person. You can see the Sans Eyes of the Skin for yourself in the Contemporary Gallery at the Corning Museum of Glass. Maggie Hall, Big Fox News, Corning.
This weekend, thousands turned out for Twin Tiers Comic Con. Attendees could enter into cosplay and trivia contests. Local artists put their works on display, and local businesses, such as Project VR, a local virtual reality escape room studio, came to the Comic Con as well. Visitors were able to see cars from the Munsters and Ghostbusters and dress up as their favorite characters. The annual Comic-Con was held on Saturday and Sunday at the Arnott Mall. Leaf pickup begins today in Elmira. The city asks that you rake your leaves in the space between the curb and the sidewalk, or as close to the curb as possible. Leaf pickup will happen on every street at least twice between now and December 22nd. The city also would like to remind residents the compost center is open, but only until November 26th. A handshake between President Biden and Chinese leader Xi Jinping, and a 3.5-hour closed-door meeting to manage expectations between the two superpowers. Lauren Blanchard has more on President Biden's overseas trip.
A handshake and a handful of issues for President Biden and Chinese President Xi Jinping on the sidelines of the G20 summit in Bali.
We were very blunt with one another.
It was their first in-person meeting since President Biden took office.
We're going to compete vigorously, but I'm not looking for conflict. I'm looking to manage this competition responsibly. And I want to make sure that every country abides by the international rules of the road.
Top topics: the war in Ukraine, trade, health and food security, human rights, and Taiwan.
And I made it clear that our policy on Taiwan has not changed.
Following the meeting, President Xi says Taiwan is the first red line that must not be crossed.
The world has come to a crossroads. The world expects that China and the United States will properly handle the relationship, and for our meeting, it has attracted the world's attention.
Analysts say the meeting may have been long, but expectations on what comes from it should stay low.
I don't think anyone should expect anything very serious coming out of this. China is full steam ahead on a grand strategy, and we're talking about stabilizing the relationship.
President Biden said Secretary of State Antony Blinken will travel to China soon to continue discussions between the two countries. In Washington, Lauren Blanchard, Fox News.
The student wanted for fatally shooting 3 others at the University of Virginia has been arrested. University police had been looking for ex-football player Christopher Darnell Jones Jr. since Sunday's deadly shooting in a campus parking garage. School officials said Jones opened fire, killing 3 football players and wounding 2 others, all while students were on a bus coming back from a field trip. Devin Chandler, Lavelle Davis, and Deshaun Perry were killed in the attack. University police say Jones was also part of a hazing investigation and was involved in a criminal incident involving a concealed weapon that happened outside the city of Charlottesville. Police haven't revealed a possible motive for Sunday's attack. Jones has been charged with 3 counts of second-degree murder. Still ahead, your complete forecast. Plus,
for most, the sight of a rat is enough to make you scream. But in the future, giant rodents may be the ones coming to save you after a natural disaster. I'm Jackie Ibanez with that and much more straight ahead.
Here's your local stock market update from Big Fox. Now, your Twin Tiers forecast from Big Fox.
That heavy rain event brought us into the weekend as we did bring in our total for Elmira just over about 2.5 inches. Now we have worked out that precipitation, even seen some times of some sunshine, and we'll see that through the overnight. Under some clear skies, we will fall within some teens and lower 20s, but we will be noting that the quiet weather is going to be disrupted. We see that already. The National Weather Service has issued a winter weather advisory across the region due to the potential that we are going to have mixed precipitation with this system, as well as times of some heavy snowfall accumulation. So start to note that we are going to see some dangerous road conditions in place. And when this is going to come is going to be starting Tuesday evening and then running into Wednesday morning. Now we see that with the start of the day Tuesday on the quiet side and a little bit of that southerly wind still intact, the system will slightly start on a rainfall potential, but it is quickly going to turn over to snow showers after sunset, and there even will be a time of some ice potential accumulation. So with that all set up, That's why we're under that winter weather advisory. So start to plan now for slick commutes. We could see that cold rain Tuesday evening could create wet and slick conditions in the evening, and then with snow to ice to more rain and snow into Wednesday morning, that could create very, very dangerous road conditions. So start to plan now that you need extra minutes on the roadways, that you need extra time to get the car warmed up, everybody bundled up, and get to school and work safely. Now we'll see that the majority of that system will end off midday on Wednesday, but we're going to stay spotty under some wintry mix from rain to snow all the way through Thursday, potentially even Friday morning. And as you have that above freezing temperature into the afternoon, but below freezing temperature low, you're going to see that freezing and refreezing is going to be a possibility. So staying wary on those roadways for the rest of the work week is necessary. Also note, by the end of the week, it is going to turn breezy, which is going to continue to pull in some of these below average conditions and bring some lake effect snowfall across portions of New York. Now rolling into the overnight, you see that some of that cloud cover will start to increase quickly into the morning hours, and then that system starts to push in just after the lunch hour, and by the evening commute we start to see widespread precipitation. You see mainly snowfall there, and then there's a little bit of that icing just after midnight through 7 a.m., and then snow showers will gradually diminish behind that. But again, there could be a good time frame, a few hours, where we could have some ice accumulation, and that is going to create very dangerous roadways, that crunchy ice, potentially even snow on top of that at times, more rainfall. So do keep yourself wary. Snowfall potential looking anywhere from at least an inch up to 2 to 4 inches possible. So, and that's going to all come in the mix of some of this rain and this ice. So it might not look like 4 inches, but still going to create some of those slick roadways. And then day in and day out, there will be those chances for wintry mix, mainly morning on Friday, and then that cold air pushes in as we will be holding within the 30s as we step into the weekend, although we should start to see some returning sunshine as we head into Saturday.
Elon Musk says he's working 24/7. OPEC cuts oil demand growth forecast again, and coffee prices, they take a plunge. CJ Papa has today's business briefs.
Elon Musk says he's facing a daunting workload following his recent acquisition of Twitter. Musk speaking virtually to a business conference.
I have too much work on my plate, that is for sure. I mean, I'm really working at the absolute most amount that I can work from morning till night, 7 days a week.
Meanwhile, SpaceX buys one of Twitter's largest ad campaign spots to promote its satellite internet service Starlink. It's Musk's first crossover between the two businesses. Musk downplaying the move, saying the ad package is tiny, not large. Musk is currently serving as Twitter's CEO after acquiring it in a $44 billion deal last month. OPEC has modestly lowered its forecast for global demand. It is warning that major unknowns such as COVID cases in China and Russia's oil situation make the outlook for energy markets highly unpredictable. OPEC is citing considerable uncertainties clouding the picture. And you may see coffee prices moderating. The Wall Street Journal says more favorable weather and a stronger dollar are contributing to push coffee prices down more than 20% in the past month. Coffee futures rose to an 11-year high in February. That's business. I'm CJ Papa.
If you're trapped under rubble from an earthquake or tornado, a rat is probably the last thing you'd want to see until now. Jackie Ibanez takes a look at the giant rodents training to, get this, be the rescue crews of the future.
It's a new type of rat pack you'll have to see to believe. These rats are going from pests to lifesavers, as a team of Dutch researchers trains them to go where most first responders can't in the wake of major catastrophes.
Typically teams, they have manual searchers, but all of them are limited in one way or another in their ability to penetrate inside debris structures of collapsed buildings.
Using a mock disaster zone in the East African country of Tanzania, the rodents are run through a series of tests where they must locate a person. Upon doing so, the rats pull a switch attached to their neck to inform crews they found a body, and then return to their original starting point where they receive an edible award.
The rats are just as trainable as dogs. They've got a great sense of smell.
It's a big deal for this breed of rats that researchers say can weigh an average of 3 pounds.
The species of rat that we work with are called the African giant pouched rat. Our rats can live up to 8 to 10 years in captivity, which means that even after the training, which can take 9 months to a year, they still have quite a long working career ahead of them.
Crews are now working to arm the rats with special backpacks containing a video camera, location device, and two-way audio system so victims can talk to rescue crews. The rats are expected to undergo more testing in Africa before moving to Turkey, where they will train with real search and rescue teams.
Still ahead, holiday foods pushing wallets and waistlines to their limits. A look at how you can indulge without compromising your budget and health coming up. Well, that Thanksgiving countdown, it is ticking away, but the price of your holiday feast may be jeopardizing your appetite. Jackie Ibanez takes a look at the ongoing effects of bird flu on turkey prices, plus what dietitians recommend you should do to avoid overindulging.
With Thanksgiving right around the corner, the price of the holiday's most coveted bird remains sky high.
We've been running about 20% higher turkey prices than we experienced last year, which is higher than the overall rate of food price inflation.
Ongoing inflation is only partially to blame, with the H5N1 strain of the bird flu also responsible for the price surge. Since January, cases have been reported in at least 46 states, with more than 50 million wild and domestic birds affected. According to the USDA, more than 6 million turkeys have been killed because of the virus.
Even though turkey prices are increasing, it's still a very affordable meat option if you compare it to other main protein sources. So if you're really just trying to buy the most pounds per dollar, turkey and chicken are probably some of your most affordable options.
But while the price of holiday foods continues expanding, health officials say practicing balance and moderation can help prevent your waistline from doing the same.
The increase in calorie intake between Thanksgiving and New Year's causes an average weight gain of 1 to 2 pounds. This wouldn't be much of a problem if that weight was lost in the new year, but the average adult gains 1 to 2 pounds per year over their lifespan. That means holiday eating may account for 10 to 20 pounds of weight gain per decade.
To help you indulge without overeating, dietitians recommend choosing whole foods over processed, eating more vegetable dishes, and limiting added fats and sugars from recipes.
Some travelers will still want to get away for the holiday season. One accounting firm says 46% of consumers will fly and 69% will drive for holiday getaways. But because of cut airline flights, you'll face competition for bookings. More travelers are heading to urban areas for longer stays. That's according to an executive with Rosewood Hotels and Resorts. London, Paris, and Southeast Asian destinations will be popular this holiday season. Rosewood also says business and group business travel will be up and more people are traveling to celebrate marriages. Inflation keeps hurting Americans with high prices at the stores, supermarkets, the pump, and heating cost. According to data from the Labor Department, prices for fuel oil surged 20% in October compared to the prior month. The price spike comes during a nationwide and global shortage of diesel fuel. A government report from last month shows the country had 25 days of diesel supply remaining, with stockpiles at their lowest level since 1993. Industry and analysts believe this limited supply will translate into more expensive home heating oil prices. FedEx says it's going to furlough workers as the holiday delivery season gets into full swing. The shipping and delivery service says it's going to furlough drivers in its FedEx Freight services. It'll happen in early December in order to meet lower than expected parcel demand. The company says it will still continue to give those workers health benefits. The number of total furloughs isn't yet known for FedEx Freight. The unit employs about 45,000 people. Well, with Christmas coming, retailers want one thing from Santa. A report says companies like Walmart, Target, Kohl's, and others are facing a huge pileup of inventory and that they'd like to get rid of it. The problem for retailers can mean bigger bargains for holiday shoppers. Quarterly financial reports may help reveal how much in stockpiles the retailers have and how discounts may affect their bottom line earnings. Manufacturers and retailers are pushing smaller lineups of toys this year to help shoppers deal with inflation. Smaller toys means also lower prices to help cash-strapped consumers. MGA Entertainment is releasing 200 toys priced at or below $10. One toy, Got To Glow Fairies, comes downsized at $25 instead of $40. Retailers like Walmart and Target are also marking down toy prices in an effort to get consumers to buy. Stay with us. We have more after the break. And we want to leave you with a smile tonight. One couple gets married in a pretty unique place, the produce aisle at an Aldi's supermarket in Illinois. For Michael Hurd and Jessica Bojanowski, where they were the lucky winners of Aldi's Happily Ever Aldi contest. Aldi offered the couple and the guests their signature cocktail and a 3-tiered cake. Everyone who attended got a custom keychain, candles, and chocolates as wedding favors. The newly married couple will get a year of groceries and items from a wedding registry, including home goods and small kitchen appliances. Congratulations to the newlyweds. I'm Harriet Wallace. Thanks for watching.